Hey everyone, it's Marianne, and this week we are talking about bullying. This is my boyfriend Aiden.
Hello.
He's gonna join me on this topic since it's centered more around him. Have we experienced any bullying together?
I don't know, have we?
Not that I know of, not that I can remember. Yeah, I don't know. I think if anyone were to say something on the street, we would just ignore them anyways.
Yeah, I'm not really one to let people like that bother me. Like, if someone were to be like, you're whatever, I'd be like, that's great, you clearly have your own issues.
Yeah.
I don't really care what you say. It's not gonna matter to me. If I let it get to me, then you just did your job.
I still feel like we're very boring compared to our
We
other
are very
videos.
boring. Gets to make some funny faces.
That's true.
What else is there? Read and talk is
When you hear the term "not trans enough," you you instinctively boof to the face. No, just kidding.
Pretty much.
Almost.
I think it's ridiculous. Actually, before we talk about this, let's jump to the line above where it says, has there been any bullying that caught you by surprise? And let's talk a little bit about trans support groups, because the not trans enough comes up a lot in there too. I think it's ridiculous. The most bullying that I've dealt with has been on trans support groups, and it's just been trans guys going at trans guys. Like, I don't know what your guys' group is like.
It's sometimes the same thing.
But every group I'm on, like, they start off great, and then there's always those few select people who get in the group and stir everything up. Everything's got to be a controversy. Like, I think I posted a thing one time about if your feet grow on tea, just because I know that some people do.
I remember that conversation.
And it got completely out of hand. Like, I was asking about feet, and people were yelling at me, telling me that feet don't grow and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, there's obviously these guys who say they do, so...
Just curious to see what happened.
Yeah, I'm just curious because I want to get tattoos on my feet, and I want to know, like, when that happened for people so I know when to get my tattoos so they don't stretch. Like, you don't need to, like, go off about how I don't know anything about testosterone, because I clearly do. I've done probably more research than most people. So, like, it's completely ridiculous. And it's, like, on every post that I look at now, like, you can just be like, today's a nice day, and somebody will be like, no, it's fucking not. And then they'll just fight. Like, it's getting ridiculous. And, you know, all the groups start good, like, and then they just corrupt, and it's completely, like, we're there to support each other, and I think people are far too sensitive. Like, I'm a pretty sensitive person when it comes to, like, social issues, especially when people are talking about stuff around feminism and stuff, because I believe strongly in that, but that doesn't mean that I have to throw my opinion in there and insult people. Like, there's ways of putting your opinion in without going completely out of hand, and a lot of times people are just like, you're fucking wrong, and like, I hate you, and they make it personal, and people have to realize that everyone has different opinions, and whether you like them or not, you kind of have to respect that in groups that are of 1,000 people, even though we're all trans guys, in the groups that I'm talking about at least, we're not going to have the same views. Everyone's different, so you kind of have to respect that in order to get some sort of support out of it, instead of it just being a downer, looking at it all the time and asking questions and having people constantly insult you. Like, it's in terms of bullying that caught me by surprise, definitely support groups should not have bullying in them.
Yeah,
they do.
Well, like, even in the Sweethearts page, like, a lot of people leave all the time because they just get ridiculed by people, and, you know, you're a bad girlfriend, you're a bad this, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, we all experience things differently. We're all at different stages. We all need to grow at our own pace, and so you're there for support, but like you said, it's almost not anymore.
But not only that, like, you don't know what everyone's situation is like, right? Like, and this goes to the not trans enough. Like, there's some people who don't transition as much and are comfortable with things that other trans guys aren't. So you can't, like, even as partners, you can't, like, insult each other for Like, I know the being a lesbian and dating a trans guy is a big issue for a lot of people, and you don't know what that person's relationship is like.
If it works for them, let it be.
Yeah.
Like, why does it matter to you? Because you don't agree with it? Well, then, frick, this word repeated.
Like, if you don't agree with it, like, that's okay. You're allowed to not agree with stuff. You're allowed to have your own opinion. That is totally okay. But you don't need to insult people.
Yeah.
Like, most of us in all of these groups we were talking about are grown-ups to some degree or another. I mean, I realize there's a lot of teenagers in groups, and I mean, I guess I could be kind of in the middle category being 19, but I haven't really seen any people on groups that are younger than around 15, and even then that's usually a stretch. So I mean, we're all grown up, in a way. Like, grow up. You don't need to insult people in order to feel good about yourselves or
get your point across.
Yeah,
or...
like, if you think you're doing good by insulting people, maybe you should just rethink how you're saying things. If you don't agree with something, is it because you don't agree with it and it's just your opinion, or is your opinion going to help them with something? Like, if it's just for your own selfishness, maybe think twice about if you say something. If it's to benefit them in a way that is actually going to benefit them, then maybe you need to say it in a polite way. But like, if it's not going to benefit their question, and you're just going to be rude, don't say it. It's like common kindergarten etiquette. Like, people should be able to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's bothers me. Okay, not trans enough. Kind of follows the same suit. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that people have to be trans enough. Everyone thinks of their well, I don't know how to say this without offending people, but their condition in a different way. I kind of do think of it as a medical condition, and I know a lot of people don't. But to me, it is a disorder because there's something different between my brain and my body that is a disorder. Not that, like, people think of disorders as the stigmas that come with them, but it's not in order. My brain is not in order with my body, so it is a disorder to me. And everyone thinks that differently. Whatever. I don't know where I was going with this. Everyone thinks of their condition or their identity differently. I don't know. It's completely ridiculous. Everyone has a different way in their life to deal with things. And if we're talking about it, like, in a medical model way, if you're talking about something like depression, you would never tell someone that they don't have depression because they don't want to take medication. So why would you tell someone that they're not transgender if they don't want to take testosterone or estrogen, depending on which way? Like, that seems completely ridiculous. Or that you need to have surgery. Some people do, some people don't.
It's whatever you're comfortable with, and how happy you... Well, not how happy, I'm trying to word it.
What you're going to be happy with?
Yes, thank you.
And people's opinions change over time. Like, I see that as one of the biggest issues and one of the biggest bullying issues, is that not that people aren't trans enough, it's that people
change their minds
of what they need to have happen. Like, I know a few trans guys who are at one point were like, I don't want testosterone, it's not for me, I don't want surgery, I don't want this. And you know what? They grew into their transition. They realized that that's what they wanted. And then everyone's like, well, like, obviously you aren't actually transgender because you should have wanted this all along.
Yeah.
People have to grow, and especially with making YouTube videos, like, a lot of people start making them very early on in their transition when they're not sure what they want yet or what they want changes. Like, people grow over time, so I don't think you can just be like,
you're not trans enough,
or you would have wanted this all along.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people take time to think about things, and you can't just be like, you're not trans enough because you want to think about it. Like, that's like, I don't know, it's completely ridiculous to me. Trying to make an informed and educated decision is considered being not trans enough because you don't want it right now.
Yeah.
Like, I took a lot of time to start testosterone. yes, I'm 19, so a lot of people wouldn't consider that a lot of time, but I've I've done years of research on testosterone before I started. I had the chance to start almost probably a little bit more than a year before I started. But I mean, I took my time because I also wanted to freeze my eggs, but I was just weighing out the options. So I don't know. Yeah, I think the biggest issue with bullying for me though is just seeing it within the community in general.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, there's certain topics that are just like completely bully central, like pregnant trans guys, which always gets some fun stuff there. Like everyone has their own path.
It's your life. It's what you want to do with your life. Like, why should you make fun of me because I want to wear pink socks today? I don't know.
Making fun of my pink.
No, I'm not. He had to borrow a pair of my socks because we haven't done laundry.
Pink
So now
socks.
he has pink socks. But no, what I'm saying is like, to each their own. Like, my life is my life. Your life is your life. I'm not going to sit here and make fun of someone because they, I don't know.
And like what Colin and Monica said, that's right?
Yeah.
Yeah. About Chaz Bono, like how everyone, like there's so much hate surrounding that.
He's a media whore.
It's like,
He would be anyways, even if he wasn't trans, because he's freaking Cher's son. Like, you're gonna get the media attention regardless. It's freaking Sonny and Cher, for crying out loud.
like I've seen so many people be like, he's a media whore, he wants this, he wants that. It's like, well, if he didn't do it himself, there would just be like gossip around it, so he might as well do it on his own. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And you can agree with that or not, that's up to you, but that's my opinion. And there's even more surrounding like Thomas B because of him being also a media whore with his pregnancies and stuff. And whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
Everyone has their own opinions about everything.
And that's where the bullying is that you don't agree with something, so you're gonna be an ass and be mean until they agree with you. It's like, fuck you. No.
And I don't know, like, we would never look at Ellen DeGeneres and be like, you got married in a gay marriage, so like you're just pushing gay marriage. Like the way we look at Chaz Bono and be like, you're transgender on TV, so you're pushing transgender stuff in this direction. Like, nobody looks at Ellen and is like, you're all lesbians, so why would you look at Chaz and be like, you're representing like all trans guys?
You're not lesbian enough, Ellen. Like, you would never say that. It's just ridiculous.
Yep.
This is
a really long, really long video.
This is the longest video I've ever made. Mine are like usually 4 minutes.
There's two of us, and I ranted for most of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I was bullied my entire school life from kindergarten to grade 12, so I just think it's fucking stupid, bullying and the effects that it has on people. Like, I'm 25 years old, and like, it still affects me, the bullying that I got in high school and elementary school, and it's just ridiculous. So like, people shouldn't bully because it's just stupid and wrong.
And I don't know, I've been on the other end of it too. Similar to what Colin said, how he had been a bully. I had also been a bully in elementary school. Maybe, like, I don't know how severe it actually was, but I have apologized to people as well, because I feel horrible about it. So, like, maybe just think twice about bullying people, because we got two ends of the spectrum here, especially now that I see, like, how much of an effect that had on her. Like, I can't imagine the effect that I've had on other people. And like, I'm not like that. I don't know why I did bully. I think I just peer pressure and insecurities with myself, and I think that's with a lot of bullies, is that they're just insecure with themselves. And if you are being bullied, I think you need to realize that too, that it's not necessarily you that's the issue. It's people projecting their anger or their issues on you. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's all. We've rambled on for 17 minutes.
That's a long.
It's a very long time. Don't bully. It's mean. Whether you're trans or not.
Bullying is bad.
Bullying is bad. Shake my fist at you.
And if you are being bullied, try and find some support.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yay!
Yeah. Let's watch this.
Bye! Thanks for watching. Links below for all the support groups that I'm in.
And my channel will be down there.
Yeah, his channel will be there. So, bye!